Now, CHAKRUOK has many things that it does. Like we said, it's a community development center, and one of the activities here is that we have a library. Actually, we call it, we name it International Library of God. Okay. Why did we even have this name? God inspired us to actually call our library that way, because we have seen that God is the foundation of everything. Without God, it does not matter what you teach somebody. Without Him, that the knowledge the person receives is wasted. But with God is a good garden. When you plant in Him, then whatever has been planted becomes fruitful. Wow. So for you to be fruitful, the God becomes the garden. Well, and we have had people here we've trained, but because we did not actually also ground them in God, they have wasted the training we gave them. So we have our International Library of God. In it, God has directed us to actually focus on pastors in the countryside and on the professionals. And He specifically explained why. For example, in the countryside, we have pastors, but they don't have much resources. And so what happens is that in towns, there's a lot of resources that pastors can use. So what we decided to do is bring the resources that are in town into the countryside. And one of them, as we say, we have a library. One of them is to bring books, good books that can help pastors. Because unless also pastors are educated, they have read widely, they are exposed to this Word of God well, can they be very effective when it comes to leading their congregations? So that is important. The Word of God in the countryside is a little weak, because I would say that because maybe because the pastors have not had enough support material. So our library aims at giving pastors enough support material. Like now, very many books. We've been longing to have nice books for the library for the pastors. And today the books have come to look for us. I've been trying to look for them everywhere. Like when I was meeting Pastor Bright, I was trying to actually shop around for some books, still for the library for the pastors, when Reverend Bonke came along. And that's when Reverend Bright approached me, and I explained that I have a library, and I said, come also in Bondo, and just thank God, this is a miracle you are actually here. And so we have very nice books here. We just looked through the titles and all that, and they just look the kind of books we'd like to have. And they're going to cause a big impact. Especially now our library is getting the very books that we need. And I also mentioned that we aim at the professionals. If you're a young university graduate and you are posted into the countryside, for example, you don't, sometimes even people to socialize with of the same level, you do not have them. So it means sometimes what happens with these people, they begin to socialize with whoever is available, and they lose the knowledge and they lose the direction. And I was given an example like what we have also observed around is that you can have a young doctor posted after graduation to the countryside, and some of these places are remote, like Bondo is a bit of a town. So you can go there maybe at 8 o'clock in the evening, and the doctor is not there. Why? Maybe he's going to drink. He has nowhere else. So you just sit there. There was an incident recently when my daughter was doing some work she was trying to install some solar in some remote health center. And it had only one doctor. And when she arrived, it was 8. The daughter is not there. Actually, and they can just tell him maybe he's going to drink. Yeah, but you see, it's a waste. I'm sure sometimes it's not out of just choice. There's nothing they can do. If they knew that we have a resource center like this, they would come, upgrade themselves, maybe socialize, meet other doctors, meet also pastors who can also help them with the Word of God, and also meet these books that will give them a grounding in their work. Because a lot of these books, when a doctor would read this, he would be a doctor with a difference.
It's true. It's true.
So we are also looking at the professionals. We bring in professional books, and most of our